What's up? Happy Monday to you. It's JT, live and in color. It's another Taylor Tips for you. And it's Monday, and it happens to be Mission Monday with my new friends Lauren and Holly. So you all say hello.
Hey.
We are so we're live here at Living Hope Baptist Church, and one of my favorite places in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and these two wonderful young ladies being a part of the faith family here as well. So today's tip, our focus is, with it being Mission Monday, our focus is service over self and what that means. And so I want to share three quick tips in regards to service over self. Number one, find a need. And when I talk about finding a need, it's important to understand that you got to be open-minded. Sometimes, have you all ever served in areas outside of your strength zone? Has that ever happened?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can an example of something maybe that you did that I won't say that you didn't want to do, but you didn't think you'd be doing? Anything along those lines? Anything you can think of?
I worked at a church camp for the entire summer last summer. And I was asked to just go and do different things, and I was asked to do a couple of things that were like with construction work, and I'm really better at like personal, like I'm gonna reach out to you, we're gonna have fun, but like as far as like lifting heavy things and doing heavy things, like that's not so much my strength. But it was good to be able to like go and to lead others and saying like, okay, you look like you can do this, and you look like you can do this, and then I found out that I was actually a little bit more able than I thought that I was in that area.
Definitely.
But, yeah.
So obviously being open-minded, she could have said no to some of those things, but she chose to be of service and at that capacity. You know, the second thing I want to share today is to feel the need. Be willing to get your hands dirty and go to work, right? Put in some sweat equity, make it happen, and to know that you're adding value to people's lives. And thirdly, the third tip today, so find a need, fill a need, and the third tip is to make sure that you do so without asking for anything in return. Holly, would you have any thoughts or any ideas that come to mind in what it means, why it's important to not ask for things in return? I mean, is that true service if you are looking for a return?
Well, I think the most important thing when you're going to do service is just go about it with a servant's heart. And if you're asking for something in return, then you're really just not serving them at all. You need to go in with a loving attitude and just be trying to make an impact on their lives. And if you're asking something in return, then it's really just not even service.
Right.
Yeah.
It's and that's, you know, we got to fight our, you know, the good word tells us that we're in a war between our flesh, right, and the spirit. And sometimes our flesh wants to know, how much time am I going to have to invest in this? How much money am I going to get out of it? What's in it for me? Someone once told me one time that oftentimes, not knowingly, that we're all tuned into one radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? Service over self operates at a completely different capacity. And so in closing, ladies, being Mission Monday, we had a focus today. What were we originally planning on doing today?
Originally, we were going to go over to a widow in our church's home and just kind of clean up her yard and help mow and do some work that she couldn't do herself. But she ended up having a doctor's appointment, so she couldn't do that anymore this morning.
And so is it safe to say that one thing that we can always plan on is that things don't go as planned, right?
Yep.
So we had to find a way to, we had to fill a need. And so we put in we had a service project here on campus, cleaned out some gutters, picked up some trash with some of the students here, or some of the young people in the student ministry, and then you all went to visit with someone, right?
Yes.
Right. So showed some love on some people here in the faith family. But in closing, I just want you lovely ladies, to share. I know you got big things coming up, Holly, getting ready to step into a nursing program, right? Getting ready to get married. Whoop whoop, right? Shout out to Austin. And so, with that being said, what has serving here, the local church, with the high school ministry, what's the good Lord revealed to you all as you all have served here?
It's just been very humbling in that my life does not revolve around me. I was not put on this earth for myself. I was put on this earth to be a light for Jesus, and just meeting a lot of people and just hearing a lot of stories of people who have lives that don't look like mine. I've been able to understand a lot more what other people experience, what other people go through, and that just like joy that the Lord gives whenever you're able to just pour into people and to share His word, obviously not in my own strength or anyone else's, but only His, has just been an incredible reward. So
Hashtag boom. What about you, Holly?
I think the thing that I've learned the most is that the Lord really just meets you where you are. A lot of times we feel unequipped and we think that to be serving here at the church you need to have a seminary degree, or you need to be this godly person that you imagine like being the pastor on stage on Sunday. But he really just meets you where you are, and he uses where you are, because it's not about us. It's not about what I can do at all, because if it was, then me doing this would be a disaster. But I've learned just to trust in him, and he uses me.
Nice, nice. What wisdom from these young ladies at their with their walk and where they're at their stage of life. You know, they said, both of them said, it's not about us. And it's funny because I shared a message yesterday with some folks in Greensburg, Kentucky, and one of those messages of exhortation and encouragement was to remember that if we're going to see this thing through until the day of redemption, or until God calls us home, beforehand, we got to remember it's not about us.
Absolutely.
Right? Not about us at all. So with that having been said, remember, service over self, find a need, fill a need, and remember to operate with a mindset and a heart of expecting nothing in return. So I hope this tip finds you well, serves you well today. Remember, to dream is to do. Nothing happens until something moves. And I always say, ladies, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. You all say bye.
Bye.
See you guys. See you next time.